PES 2020 is probably the only option for a football game worth playing this year.
It's Rashford! It's in!
And that's true whether you're using assisted passing or the far more superior manual passing for a little extra realistic randomness in your gameplay. Like here, you see how the ball passes through a defender's legs while wrong-footing the other. Feel free to watch my manual passing video if you haven't made the transition yet. But if you've been playing PES 2020 since it came out, you know it has one big problem that is yet to be fixed in the Datapack. And that's the referee AI. PES 2020 demo introduced a new collision engine along with a referee who used to be too sensitive to collisions with a low threshold for fouls. When we all complained, and with no time to fix the problem, the developers reduced the referee's threshold to call fouls, and kept the collision engine as it was, since it was already deeply coded into the animation engine. As a result, and over the past year, we got used to seeing players being completely wiped out with no fouls being called. At this point, I've grown used to seeing them happen that it no longer infuriates me, even though it clearly should. It's even worse when it's a keeper colliding into my player with no calls being made.
Decisive goal here.
This keeps happening over and over again. But to be fair, when my keeper does it to the AI, no penalty is called for the AI either. And even with the reduced sensitivity, meaningless fouls get called all the time in PES. Collisions after successful tackles simply shouldn't be called. The referee AI problems extend to how an offside decision is given. You'd think this was a foul against Cruz, right? I mean, he gets the yellow card for this tackle. But no, it was surprisingly called as an offside for Cruz. You see, a real-life offside call requires two conditions, one on each end of the pass. Even if the pass is towards an offside player, this offside player needs to interfere with the play before the offside call is made. Unfortunately in PES, it's a single step call, so if your player is fouled before his pass reaches the offside player, the referee AI will award an offside against you because according to his algorithm, he thinks the offside happened before the foul, even though the conditions to complete the offside call were not met. It's so bad that it happens even without performing a pass. In this example, Ox is actually running with the ball. He gets tackled and the ball goes to an offside player. But in the AI's mind, the ball moved from his feet to the offside player before the tackle. Because it's a single-step decision in PES 2020, an offside call will be called even if the pass is interrupted. And even if the offside player chooses to ignore the ball.
I think that's offside. Yes, it is.
I speak about this in detail in my 30-minute 6-month realism review, which I've linked in the description. Now, advantage play works quite well,
It's on a he's gone for it!
but the AI needs to know when a foul is more useful without having me run away from the ball.
Get there. Yeah, that does look a foul.
I do like how the advantage gets cancelled if the player is injured,
That's a foul. No two ways about it.
although the algorithm needs something better than a simple time limit before reversing an advantage.
Drives it forward.
The referee will consistently give a yellow for a flaying elbow in the face, and if you tackle the last player, the referee will give you a red card unless it's in the penalty box. But again, that's not consistent. Often it costs a yellow for taking down the last player,
Straight to what the opposition is.
and sometimes it won't cost anything at all.
Well, that looks like a...
I'm sure once the collision engine has a referee AI that matches it, the game will be a lot more enjoyable. That's it for now, and see you in the next one.